Hey guys, Greg with Planet Green Zen, and thank you for coming to my channel. Now, as always, I have a couple of questions for the people of Zen out there. Can your thoughts actually create? Now, do you guys remember a time in your life where you wanted something very badly? You thought it was impossible to obtain or achieve, but you actually got it and did not realize how that happened? Well, in today's video, what we're going to discuss is how to alter your mind to manifest success and abundance in your life. So stay tuned. Planet Green Zen, inspiring the everyday person to break free from the mundane and take action. Stay tuned. But before we jump into that, if you guys have never been to this channel, what I really love to do here is just inspire the world mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and socially, because I truly believe that if we all had a holistic balance of each one of those areas, we would live in world peace and eliminate hunger, famine, slavery, war, disease, poverty, and have more health, wealth, and abundance together as one human unit on this entire planet. So if you guys believe in similar messages, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification so you are notified when new videos are released. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on these different topics that we cover, and share this out with people in your community who needs to hear these messages, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So sometimes people ask me, well, Greg, how did you learn to alter your mind? Well, it started about 4 or 5 years ago. I actually had a great mentor come into my life to kind of speak some life into me, challenge my way of thinking, because again, we're all programmed to kind of live inside this little box. And my mentor had me read a book. First, he starts to ask me some deep questions about my happiness and my way of life, and if this is truly what I want to do and how I want to live, and if I've done everything on my bucket list. And I kind of started to think a little bit differently, like actually no. And then from there, after he kind of broke down and went through those onion layers, gave me a book to read. Obviously it's by Robert Kiyosaki. Now this book was not officially Rich Dad Poor Dad, but it's very similar. It was called Business of the 21st Century, again by Robert Kiyosaki. Same concepts of Rich Dad Poor Dad, had the cash flow quadrants in there, ESBI, and just different ways of making money and just things like that. So after I read that, literally the light switch flicked in my mind, and from that point onward I knew that my destiny was to become a full-time entrepreneur, just so I can live a free and abundant life and be able to help bless other people to do the same thing. It just, for me, it clicked at that point. So then from there, it just chain reaction, snowball effect. So I started to read books of successful people, and then from there I picked up different things from each one of these books, and it was all related. They were all pretty much they would have the same stuff in each book, even though it was written by a different person. They had different life experiences, but for them to become successful, they literally all had roughly the same type of habits. And those habits were, again, to be able to manifest things that I want in life, I had to start reading more, which again, I hated reading. I did not want to read. I was like, I haven't read in literally like whatever. I graduated college in 05, and it was this year, I don't know what year that was, 2015 or 16. So yeah, like, I haven't read in 10 plus years, but that's literally because I had to for school, not because I wanted to. So I just decided to start trying to read a little bit at a time. Again, it wasn't anything crazy. I'm gonna read a whole book in a week or so. It was, let me just read a couple pages at a time. And then the books that I started to read were so interesting because my mind was already ready to learn, and it learned from when I was a kid, till I was an adult. I had to unlearn and relearn. That's something that is very key. You have to learn to unlearn and relearn your whole life. So I was letting out all the gunk, washing my brain of all the filth and gunk that had accumulated over those years, 30 plus years. And then I started to replace it with good positive information and education. So I started to read more, which that's what successful people do. They read more. I started to pick up that habit. I started to say affirmations to myself, started to say things I'm grateful for every day. I started to hang around successful people and learn from them, because again, you are who you hang around with. Your income and your personality and your lifestyle are typically like the 5 most people that you hang around. So hey, I was hanging around the wrong crowd, which, I mean, they were not bad people at all. It wasn't like they were doing like crazy things or robbing people, doing stuff, but there was just a different frequency of energy. I had to surround myself around a different vibrational energy. Again, I just changed frequencies, changed just like a radio. I just changed from, to me, AM to FM, something like that. So those are the main habits that I started to do. Also work out more, meditate more, drink more green teas and herbal teas, and eat more fresh, healthy foods, because that's key too. You cannot have wealth without health. So those are pretty much things that I did to start to actually change my thought process in mind to help me create what you want, because I believe that those are key ingredients to being able to manifest what you want when in your mind. It's not some type of get rich quick scheme or something that you could do today and then it happens tomorrow. It's going to take time. Literally anything worth doing takes time, hard work, and dedication. Because think about it, today if you decide, you know what, I'm overweight, I'm tired of this, I want to actually get fit and have abs and definition in my body, it's not going to happen when you start working out the next day or start eating healthy right away. It's going to take 6 months at a minimum to like years to achieve that. So you have to be in this for the long run. But those are just basic things that I did to actually help start to manifest things that I want, like more money, better positive environment, different things that come my way that actually just want you guys to kind of think about that. So another question people ask me is, which is an interesting question. So things that I personally have manifested are money. Again, like I was just telling you guys, money, helping people, more positive environment. I manifested being able to host my own meetup group, things like that. Creating my own website, creating a YouTube channel, inspiring people. So those are just basic things that I actually manifested. And other questions I get is, what are some things by which that is just the different, like reading books, educating myself, surrounding myself around different people, changing my mindset, giving grace to God and glory in Jesus, and just knowing that I can create the life that I want. So those are the things that I did to help manifest things in my life. So hope that helped you guys out a little bit, and hopefully that can give you more inspiration and courage, because again, I started out growing up in a poor part of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, without having anything like that or abundance. I thought it wasn't available to me because I didn't grow up with that. But just so you know, you can create anything you want. You just have to change your thoughts and change your mindset, because you are what you think about. And Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So I'll take that quote to heart. So if you think you can't, you're going to live in lack. You're not going to be able to do it. If you think you can, then you're going to live in abundance. So hopefully they help you guys. And I want to leave you a quote from William James. And he says, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." This is Greg with Planet Green Zen signing off. You guys have a great day.